All right, people. As a continuation of, the 420 movie reviewing, I thought I'd talk about another movie I recently saw, and that was Dazed and Confused by Richard Linklater. Now, this movie follows the last day of high school in Texas. I believe the Texas, specifically Austin area. I'm really not sure, but anyhow, it follows these juniors who are graduate to become on going towards seniors, and really their last day and about what goes on beneath that. Now, this film, it doesn't really follow a concrete plot. It just follows like these kids try to have a party, but it gets busted, so they eventually have a field party and what goes on pretty much there. And it has Matthew McConaughey, Ben Affleck, Mila Djokovic, and it was in their early days. It wasn't when they were really well known. Then again, Richard Linklater is not known for having casting well-known actors in like main parts. Well, maybe with the exception of Boyhood and his other stuff with Ethan Hawke, but I mean, it's Ethan Hawke really. So, what do I think of this movie? I really enjoyed it, honestly. I mean, it was a really good time capsule of the late 70s era because, honestly, in the last 70s movies, I noticed they only try to focus on the music, really, and the culture of it. But what I'm glad they did with this movie, they show the attitudes, really, of the 70s and the teenage side of it. And, I feel like they really got it down, especially. And I was talking with someone I know, specifically my dad, who grew up in the late 70s, and he was like, yeah, this is pretty much accurate. So when you have someone from the 70s who is saying it's accurate, I think it's a pretty well done job. Also, I liked some of the developments in there. You have your. Now, sure, the jocks in this movie, like, the jerks in this movie, you never really get a backstory about them. Then again, you really don't like them enough to really do get a backstory. And honestly, I wasn't really paying attention in this movie for like, really deep character development. Since, this is a bunch of teenagers on their last day of high school. What are you going to expect them to do, really? Like, this is obviously not a typical Oscar winning movie. I honestly think this is better than Boyhood because it doesn't try to give a deeper meaning. It doesn't try to do something big or exponential. No, existential. No, it just tries to be a teen movie. A bunch of teens doing stupid shit and just really, having a good time. Yeah, there is pot smoking, there is drinking. That's what teens did back in the 70s. And I'm really glad he did it and he showed the accuracy of it. Yes, they get in trouble at points, but what do you expect? They're going to get away scot-free with everything? So yeah, I mean, this movie. If you don't like movies, if you like movies with not necessarily like the strongest plot structure, but rather just seeing events just go on, and if you like kind of the late 70s era, you're gonna love this movie. Believe me. So I'm gonna give Dazed and Confused. Well, if I had to point out one more flaw about it, I guess it would be some of the character development. But then again, I wasn't really looking for it that much, and I had a little lower expectations for this movie since I didn't really care for Boyhood. But yeah, people, I would give this movie about an 8 out of 10. So, till again, this is White Rice sign off. Bye.